the Schalk mic setup. This is crazy. I'm gonna see if I can get back here and do a wide shot of the kit, because we have a lot going on. So we set up way more than you should probably ever need to set up, but it's fun and everything serves a certain purpose anyway, so there's a lot of flavors that he can use later on down the road. But let's start with the kit itself.
Basically, I don't own a kick drum with a 14-inch depth. My kick drum for this set, this is a Tama SLP Dynamic Kapoor. I've got a full drum set, but it's a 16 by 22 kick drum. And I really wanted that 14-inch depth to really get that bounce. Now, that said, I told Charlie before I came here, I said my Kapoor is sounding pretty good. I put a G1 on the front just to get a little more smack, and it does sound good. But I was like, if I could use your 14 and it does even better, then we'll just go with that, and it's killer. So it's a Ludwig. You know, I am a Tama endorsee, but, you know, when it comes to recording music, you're trying to find an ideal feel and sound for the record. So we went with his Ludwig, 14 by 22. All these other toms are the Tama SLP Dynamic Kapoor. Kapoor is like an Indonesian, Asian wood. It's dry and warm. It's a very good wood. And with the thin ply kind of shells, and I put UV2 heads on it from Evans, they've got a really nice character to them. They sound great in this session. I've used them in another session as well for a couple of the other songs on the album. But yeah, that's what we got. We got a 16 here, a 14, and an 18 for the floor tom. And then I do have this 8-inch tom here that gets used a little bit as an accent tom for fills and embellishment.
The kick, 3 mics, RE20 and the Mini K47KD are getting summed together as one, and the 4047 is technically our outside mic. The toms, we have 2 different setups here on the toms. The big drums, this is a 14, the 16-inch floor tom and the 14-inch floor tom over here have mic parts S25s, and then this little 8 guy that pops. I really liked how the Audio-Technica A3000 picked that up, so that's getting used there. I do have a couple spot mics just to help out because these songs are heavy. There's a lot of stuff going on. I did not want this awesome little splash cymbal to get lost in the mix, so I do have a spot mic on that. And there's also a spot mic down below. You can see it there on the ride. And those are both SDC 84s. The hi-hat this time around, Heil PR30. Actually does a really nice job. So we're running 3 overheads today. First off, the stereo pair is Delphos 2. I have more of a traditional spaced pair going on with these 2 Delphos. This first one is actually almost directly over the center of that cymbal. And then this one here, let me see if I can do this and I'll float the camera down. So there's the mic. I'm going to go straight down. You see, it's kind of on the edge of the china, splitting those 2 cymbals. Third mic, Audio-Technica AT4081. This has become a mic I've been using a lot more lately. And that is, well, there's no good way for me to really show you that placement. I'll try to do this. So there's the mic. I'm directly in the center of the kit. I'll go straight down. So you can see right on the other side of this tom, there's the snare. So that mic is over where the snare drum is. And it is a really neat addition to the snare sound and to the tom sound with that. They're all in phase. You can use them all together. They sound really cool. Matter of fact, we are monitoring all of them at the same time right now. It's a really, really cool sound.
Up on top, I've been a Paiste lover for decades, but now over 20 years, I'm an endorsee for them. I've got a PST-8 reflector splash here, 10-inch. And then this is what I call my ultimate combination for crashes for like heavy metal, hard rock. It's a Paiste Rude Thin Crash 18 and then a Paiste Signature 18-inch power crash. And these 2 together, it's just my favorite combination of crashes when I'm playing heavy music. And then I got a fast crash here, Signature Line 14-inch. Right now on the China side, we've got the Rude Novo 18-inch. I also had a 2002 China on the previous song. And I was using a 2002 22-inch heavy ride for the other two songs yesterday, but today, thankfully, Charlie was kind enough to let me use the Vinnie Colaiuta cymbal, the Paiste Formula 602. It's the Modern Essentials line that Vinnie Colaiuta made with them. And this is a 22-inch ride, and it sounded so good today on this session. So that's what we got.
Our room mics, doing a couple things out here. I'm spin around. Boom. First up, yep, look at that, 4081s. They're always out. Down here we have a mono AT4047 as well, because this time around Ken wanted a mono shot that just kind of helped add to the kit but didn't sound big and roomy, so we found a spot in a mic that worked well. We tried a couple different ones, and the 4047 won that battle. And then over here in the corner, there's a Delphos 1, and then I'm going to spin over here to the other corner. We have the wide room set is a pair of Delphos 1s, and they are getting split here at the patch panel. Matter of fact, I'll spin over here. Love having a gimbal. You can see right there I have my ART splitter. I am running those two Delphos 1s into the splitter. They go to two different pairs on the console. One has nothing happening, just a clean set of wide rooms. Sound really nice, actually. You pulled up and it's just nice room ambience. The other split is getting hammered by the Dynamite. They're in phase. You can pull them up and use them together. You can blend different combinations of the room sound. It's actually quite cool. And that is the main kit setup. As far as outboard processing, everything's going to the Trident. Not using any other outboard pre's. It's all coming up here on the console. And something I've started doing a lot more lately is hitting the console quite hard while tracking. This board loves to be hammered, and it does a really cool, punchy thing when you do that, when you push into the board. Here, I'll do a quick swipe here so you can just see how obnoxious this setup is. But it's just fun. And then the first two buses, this is the kick bus. That's the sum of the RE20 and the Mini K47. This is the snare bus for the two top mics, which is SDC84 and an SM57. Then over here is the spot mic. The only actual external compression that's happening, right here you can see there's not a lot going here on the inserts, right? So this is the Audio-Technica 4080s, and this is the Dynamites hitting the Delphos 1s. And then on the kick bus, it's getting, what am I doing? A-range EQ. Yeah, here's the A-range. That's what I'm doing. This first EQ right here. And then it's getting this SSL compressor. And then the snare bus, I'm pushing some high end on the snare, and then it's going to this SSL compressor. Only the first slide, so it's just hitting that, minus 3 dB range of compression, not a lot, just tightening it up. But that's all I have going on for outboard. The rest of it is just, getting hammered by the Trident. And we all thought it sounded pretty cool. It's a very full, organic kind of, it's messy because there's so much going on, but it's got a lot of character. A lot of character. I cannot wait to hear once he gets all the other stuff put on top of it. And that's our setup.